What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today is going to be day 4 of the trying to make $100 every single day. And if you haven't seen the first 3 days, those will be linked at the end of this video. So let's get right into the gameplay. So we started here in the mandatory straddle with king 6 of diamonds. When the opponent raises to 24, we elect to call. A little bit of a looser call from us here. And this hand, it wasn't played the best. This is probably a hand that we should fold pre-flop, but we decided to see a flop here. And then when this opponent takes a while to think about what they're going to do and chooses a smaller sizing on this flop, we are actually going to call here after thinking for a second, which isn't the best play. Again, when the 7 comes on the turn, it doesn't change much. It doesn't improve our hand at all, and it doesn't make our hand any worse. So if the opponent was going to bet there, we probably would have folded, but we decide to check, and he checks it back, which is good for us. We don't improve on the river again. And when he checked back the turn, it shows weakness, so we decide to bet 55. And he's going to think it over here for a second and actually make a hero call with ace high. So it was a good bet by us, and he ended up making a good call. I don't know if that's a good call in the long term for him, but again, we probably shouldn't have even been in the hand in the first place. So we can blame ourselves for that one. So in a little bit of a hole here, we decide to call in the big blind here with ace 7 offsuit. Again, probably a speculative call, but we do have an ace here, so, hoping to flop something good. And we don't when it comes 6-6-5. And 4 ways, we're just going to check it. No reason to try to bluff it this one or anything. And we'll see what the pre-flop aggressor does here. And he's going to decide to bet, and that's too much for us when we don't have anything, so we lay that one down. Then here we are in the under the gun +2 with 9-7 of diamonds, and we elect to raise it up. This is a hand that I like to either raise or fold with, and we decide to raise this hand. Unfortunately, this opponent's going to raise it to 80, which we can't call with. So we are going to think it over for a second, and then we are just going to lay it down and live to play another hand. So now we are down about $200 when we pick up 10-7 in the big blind here. And it is suited, so it's pretty decent hand. Again, not the best hand. It's not a suited connector hand, but they are... there is a possibility for a straight flush, so we like our odds here. When this opponent raises to 32, we haven't really picked up many hands in this session, and a player calls before us, so we decide to stick in the call, and the opponent after us is also going to call, so we're actually going to go 4 ways here, and we're just hoping for a good flop, and we do hit a pretty decent flop for us. We hit top pair. We don't have a good kicker with our 10, and somebody could easily have a better 10 than us. There is a flush draw out there. But we're going to decide to check to see what the pre-flop aggressor is going to do here. And so all 3 of us check it over to him, and they are going to stab for 84, which in proportion to the pot isn't too much. When we look at our stack size here, there's not a lot of cards that can come on the turn that are going to be good for us. So instead of just calling, we elect to raise here, maybe getting a fold out of our opponent and just scooping the pot now. And if he decides to call, there's really not much we can do on the turn as long as it's a low card other than jam. And it is a board pairing deuce, so we jam. When they call, we don't really love it, but they show pocket 6s, which is great for us. I was really afraid that they might have had a better 10 than us or even a deuce there when they decided to call, but we got pretty lucky there, and our opponent didn't make the best play, and we take that one down to get us up $198. And when these 2 players raise and then go all in for 37, we are just going to lay this ace 7 off down, and we are going to take our profit on the day, which was 198. So pretty short video today, but we grinded out a session. I didn't add the folding hands, but I was folding a lot, and as you saw there, I played kind of speculative hands today, but you got to play with what they give you, and sometimes it could end up bad, like that hand with 10-7. We ended up winning it, but there was a chance that maybe he has a better 10 there, and that wasn't the greatest play, but it worked out in that situation, and that's all that matters. So come back again tomorrow, and as always, like and subscribe, and we'll see you for day 5.